Eats and eats.
Eats and beats.
Dang, two of my favorite things.
I'll be making a beat from scratch, as you'll be making a dish from scratch.
I don't play games when it comes to cooking.
I normally start with the drum.
I'm gonna start with the onion.
I love to merge cultures in my cooking.
Exotic sound. It'll be a culturally influenced situation as well.
So this is the plate.
Jerk roasted chicken with tuna and mashed potato.
Yeah. What's up, people, family, friends, countrymen? This is Patrick Washington, aka the Black Picasso of the Almighty Poem Seas, and I'm here rocking with you. Very happy to be here for the second installment of Academy Live. For those who saw the last one, for those who saw it, you know what's about to happen. If you don't, you missed it. Zoe August got down, right? Left everybody shook and in love and all kinds of stuff. So we want to bring you that same energy this week. And I've got a nice roster of talent. These young artists have been, some of them have been, cultivating their work for years. And the Academy has been the place to kind of help grow that art. And every Thursday, 5 p.m., we're here to show what we've been doing. So today we're going to hear from young JoJo. We're going to hear from the homie Ashira. We're going to hear from our feature artist for the evening is the one and only Sora. So I'm definitely happy. Yeah. Definitely happy to see all of you. Yeah, there you go. We got the whole crew here, and we may have a few surprises. I know right now the room is estrogen heavy, right? But it's okay because I know a couple of brothers who are chomping at the bit to show up. So just stay tuned. Stay tuned. How's everybody feeling? Everybody good? So give me some summer activity. Give me a recap. Give me a recap real quick in just 2 or 3 sentences, what your summer has been like thus far. Okay, this is, post-pandemic, for the most part, a post-pandemic vibe we're trying to experience this summer. So let's start with JoJo. What's been up with you?
I'm going to say productive. It's been pretty different for me. I feel like this summer it makes me feel like adult years right there. It's been knocking. Okay.
All right. I'm hearing good language in that and a good vibe, good energy. So, yay. How about you, Ashira?
For me, this summer has been really, really chill. And like JoJo said as well, very productive. And I'm enjoying it so far.
Okay, is anybody else getting some feedback? Anybody else get feedback right just now? Okay, all right, that was just me then. All right, that's good. As long as y'all heard it, then that's all that matters, all right? But that's what's up. Thank you, Shira. And Sora, how about you?
Well, mine summer's been pretty chill too. Been laying around. But yeah, I've been working on what I'm gonna do for the next year, like ACTs and SATs, and yeah, I've just been writing my poetry and stuff.
Beautiful. And we're going to hear some expression from you this afternoon. And I know you've been making a lot of noise as a youth, well, not just as an artist, but as a youth poet ambassador, because you are representing what area? Is it Arlington, Montgomery County? Arlington, VA. All right. So where did you go to school? I actually don't answer that question. But thank you for that. I appreciate you. All right. Well, look, I'm gonna stop talking because I do that a lot. I want to hear from y'all. So I'm gonna back up and I'm gonna give the floor to JoJo, who is going to kind of just give us a little taste of what's to come, right? Okay, all right, let's have it.
Hey y'all, I'm JoJo, and I'm gonna start off with a song I wrote maybe a year and a half ago called Beautiful Masterpiece. Hope you like it. I'm hurting and I can't pretend I'm crying and you will not end. I'm bleeding and it just gets worse. This pain inside is a cry out, my beautiful masterpiece. It's ruined, broken to pieces, and baby, nothing's the same. At least without you by my side. Oh, oh, baby, darling, come and beautiful way. I need you, baby, and it's driving me insane. Oh, hear me, can you hear me speak my mind? Do you hear my melody? Isn't it beautiful, baby? It's a fairy tale. You see butterflies fly and rose petals ring, and the rose petals sing. Oh, isn't it beautiful, baby? My beautiful masterpiece, it's away, broken to pieces, and baby, nothing's the same, and it's making me, baby. Oh, baby, can you hear me speak my mind? Do you hear my melody? Isn't it beautiful, baby? Oh, baby, can you hear me speak my mind? Can you hear my melody? Isn't it beautiful, baby? La 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 la. My beautiful masterpiece is painted on canvas, waiting to be established. Isn't it beautiful? Oh, can you hear me speak my mind? Do you hear my melody? Isn't it beautiful, baby? Oh, can you hear me speak my mind? Do you hear my melody? Isn't it beautiful, baby? Isn't it beautiful? Beautiful. Beautiful masterpiece.
Yes. I've heard you sing so many times, and it's always such a treat. You got that breezy thing going on. I just you close your eyes, you just see like trees swaying. Like a warm breeze, man. I really get that vibe from you. So, what? Let me ask you, what inspires you to create?
I like this is weird to say, but my trauma, like my experiences, like struggles and stuff, that that helps me write.
Yeah. writing to process, the things that we've gone through in our lives is very important. That's catharsis. We call that catharsis, and it helps. Sometimes we got to make sense of the things that we are experiencing. Hopefully, you're also talking to somebody, because writing it down, that's cool. Sharing it is cool, but it also needs to be, there needs to be a dialogue, and you need to share with somebody, because we don't have all the answers by ourselves. You know what I'm saying? So definitely, but I love it. I love it. I love it. Yes, keep doing that. Keep doing that, and don't forget, there's some beauty out here too, right? So tell me, matter of fact, this is a question for everyone. What makes you happy? What makes you happy? Anybody just key up and tell me what makes you happy. Oh, wow.
I could start.
Okay.
In my opinion, what makes me happy is me aspiring to be happy. Like the wanting to be the happiest person I can be makes me happy. Of course, that is always still a struggle, but I think that's what motivates me most.
Okay. Absolutely. Hey, you gotta want it. Yes. You gotta want it. Gotta work.
I feel like people make me happy, like seeing smiles on different, like especially little people, like seeing their smiles when you perform, that makes me so happy. It just like, because they're the future, and us, we're going into the future now. We're literally going to be adults soon, so it's like seeing their smiles is like, it makes you think about how you were when you were that age, so it kind of inspires you to keep going.
Yes. Sora?
I find what I think makes me happy is to see people's potential from the get-go or later on, and you learn to grow from what they've told you, their experiences, and from your own, even in your own dreams or anything that's like any improvement, basically growth, and then seeing what you imagine come true, and seeing how it just manifests, and how your work and your project just came to life.
Yes. Okay. No, I feel that. And you actually just made me think of something that makes me happy, and that's listening to my elders. It's something that I didn't do a lot when I was younger, but now I'm realizing the value in sitting at the feet of the old people and really listening to their experiences and the things that they went through. Are invaluable, and they're so, the whole idea of, we've seen those movies where somebody goes back in time, and then they're like talking to themselves like, "Yo, hey, don't do that," because you're gonna mess everything up. That's essentially what these elders are doing, because they've done what I did already. So it's like I get to see them, and they're coming back to warn me, or at least to tell me, give me advice. So I'm listening now. So that's something that makes me happy. So let us hear from the homie Ramani. Ramani, what you got for us?
Hi, my name's Ramani. So I'm going to start off with this one piece, but on the darker side. This is called A Young Summer's Night. Drawing is for pictures, and a lot tend to not understand. So let me color in this picture of a young girl who is destroyed by a touch of a hand. Those short few minutes felt like years to my young mind, going to a sleepover without a clue, my body frightened by the, do you want to do what big girls do? Being as sheltered and kept away from the darkness of the world, and the sisters of the friends I thought were my besties turned out to be a life-changing event, leaving me so confused and so empty. As my thighs and chest were caressed, as they looked into the depths of my soul, as they showed the vulgarity of others on a smartphone, as they demonstrated the real test. The test of my childhood being taken so fast, or the test of the attraction to its sex. The test to figure out if what was done was the right or wrong thing to do, or the test of what's next that reflects the effects. My mind may have been taken young, but it grew into a bright bloom. As I continue to blossom, I take my experiences. I express them, teach them, and wait to meditate to the next full moon.
Wow. Yes, yes, yes. The mountain of your experiences, right? You overcame that. You reached the top, and now you're here. You're here. I appreciate you for that. I appreciate you. Got more for us later, right?
Of course.
Okay, okay. All right, all right. Definitely. You can't just drop like fire and then just leave. No, 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 no way. So for those who are just joining us, this is the Academy Live, and we're talking to WBL family students from the Summer Arts Academy, and yeah, we're hearing from them, in their words. So we heard from JoJo, we heard from Ramani, and we're going to hear from our feature artist. But first, let me ask another question. And this for everybody: what would you like to achieve, art-wise or career-wise, and you give me the time period in 1 year, 5 years, or 10 years. Like you look ahead. You look ahead. You tell me how far ahead you want to go. Where do you see yourself in the next couple of years?
I could start.
Okay.
In the next 10 years, I see myself graduating college with a degree in behavioral analysis. I also see myself back acting professionally and modeling professionally. I see myself as a multi-international influencer who's also doing poetry and hopefully publishing my first book.
Whew, you made me tired just hearing all that. Okay. Okay. All right. All right. Look, I'm here for it. I'm here for it. And we are supporting you every step of the way. Sora, how about you?
What I'm thinking of doing in the next, I would say 5 years. I was thinking of doing my own business, helping kids, especially poor kids, as much as I can, because I'm human. I only have so many resources. But yeah, I was thinking of doing my own thing, teaching kids how to do math, maybe do my own babysitting thing. I'm not really sure yet, but I'm thinking of doing my own business, you know, have myself go to college and get a business degree or something like that, and enjoy life as much as possible. It's open.
Yes, yes, I'm here for it. So do you see yourself as a counselor, like helping young people to work through their issues, or you want to be more of a tutor on the educational tip? Which what do you where do you see yourself?
Well, the thing is, no one is like one thing, so that's kind of hard to figure out right now since I'm still young and still in high school. So it can go both ways. So, but I'm really thinking of becoming a tutor this year. So, yeah, I see myself doing that type of stuff.
Okay. Hey, do it all. Do it all. Yes, yes. There's no one way, right? We get to create this path. And JoJo, what are you going to do when you get out of jail?
Out of jail? Stop. I can see myself in 10 years graduated from college with, a degree in social working and going back to college for my master's in communication. I can also see myself like my jewelry business. I can see it being a really huge thing, as well as me being a licensed nail tech. Combining the two, I see that being a really huge business, and having my facility organized, but still being a poet and a great performer. I see myself very much businesswoman like in 10 years.
Yeah, no, you are already a business, woman. Yeah, you've been hustling for as long as I've known you. So yeah, you're already there. Um, I think we're getting ready to hear from. Oh, okay. We're going to hear from JoJo. You're going to give us. Okay, Sora. We'll get back to you. I think we're going to give Sora the feature treatment. So you're going to drop everything at once, Sora. But JoJo, what you got for us?
So this next piece is a poem I wrote called Comfortability. My comfortability it's tricky, you see. My anxiety silently creeps in the depths of my fears, and perfections intensifies. And between the lines of insecurity, mystery of love and sanity, the emptiness of meditating and clarity, my comfortability is sometimes hard to see. You see, my field of gravity, the taps of my foot matching the speed of my thumbs inadequately, they move nervously, as if you're looking deeply into me, my reflection reflecting unease and fidgety. Anxiety girl, you are my everything. Clock in from 9 to 10. You are there when I'm about to spin. Heart pacing in my head races, shakes and aches, and I feel my tummy flip and do all tricks. Anxiety girl, you are my best friend. Whisper in my ear when I'm spitting, hit indifferent, but my voice bows in front of it. Stage left, inhale indica and levitate. Anxiety girl, you are my heartbreak. Paycheck equivalent to my emotions, sucked up like a sponge and press repeat for the next day. Anxiety girl, you are there when no one else is. The silhouette behind my shadow. You are the sun and the moon. The scars reflect the stars, and when it's all said and done, you are mine and I am yours. My comfortability is. Thank you.
Yeah, that was dope. That was dope. I don't like how you left me hanging though. I was like, what's the next? Wait, what's the next? That was hot though. I appreciate that. Thank you. Your anxiety. And I see how you take the things that you're working on, but then you lay them out bare for us to kind of work them out with you. So I appreciate you for that. Ramani, what you got?
Okay, just want to give props to JoJo again. That was amazing. So I have a next poem called My Senses, and it's literally based off of your 5 senses. So, seeing her melanin glow and glisten as she sits upon the sway of her behind, you can smell the shea and coconut butter on her skin like the aroma of a sweet flowers bouquet. You can hear her laugh stick out like a sore thumb, but it gravitates to you effortlessly. You would say that she tastes like a fresh white chocolate bar picked out specifically for you. Her black girl magic is a fiery sun that almost every sense can sense.
Oh, okay. You took me, look, and for a minute you had me like kind of daydreaming, like, okay, you took me on a trip. I like that. I needed a passport, like where you just dropped me in the middle of some little scene there, but I appreciate you. Thank you. Let me see. Do we want to hear from Sora? Or y'all want to go once more? What do we want to do? I think it's time for our feature. So, family, I present to you our one and only Miss Sora. Take it away.
Hello, everyone. So I made this poem just recently, practically a few days ago, to tell you the truth. But yeah, I wrote this piece specifically for this open mic because I know quite a few people are watching. And this is an important message that I want to give to everyone. Purple rose. The color purple, metaphor of my life, mixed. Red blazes, blue calm, purple rose. The usual may seem the most ordinary, but I sit and wonder of the magnificence of its mysterious luxury it may give. Life was like a box of chocolates you never know where you're gonna get at the Forrest Gump. Purple rose. My soul, it drips of great inheritance, majestic softness like no other, a unique love. I am not purpled wisdom herself, but a royal priestess among many priests. Riches and honor in my left hand, longevity in my right hand. Proverbs, purple rose. It's a gift of splendor that only few are given. From the giver's heart, its deepest hues symbolizes deep admiration. Did you know that light purple represents love at first sight? I don't know many with long-lasting passion for that one person, even withering in appearances, with shaky palms and large dimples upon their cheeks. The rarest of pure love is a blessing that unravels and blooms as it matures. Purple rose. I may be a princess, my beloved family queens, but my God, the creator of everything, who gives and takes anything, my king, is a source of royalty. For all of you who had the pleasure to listen to this piece, I give you my purple rose. Thank you. Oh, do I do the next one too?
Yeah. Give me another one. I mean, I was getting lost in it, but I'm gonna let you just do your thing. This is your feature, okay? So you can take the next 2 or 3 pieces and just go back to back. If you want to talk about them or explain why you wrote them, feel free, okay?
All right.
It's your show.
Okay. I'll do it back to back then. So, my next piece, I wrote this October of 2020. So while I was in the middle of the pandemic and, we had to look at the screen for a while, and talk to people as much as we could. And this piece is kind of like a commemoration to all the times I had to sit at the dark screen and the backgrounds. Well, not the backgrounds, the default picture, that doesn't show your face and on camera and stuff. It just was a way to call out to the people that are online, to talk, to see their faces, what they look like, that type of stuff. And yeah, it's called Computer Friend. Hey there, friend. I've noticed some things. Some things you may have noticed too. You in hiding, me trying to come out of hiding. I feel alone knowing that you're there. Pushing yourself out of reality by concealing yourself behind your ghost shell. Looking through the obscure darkness of a screen, and you know that I'm waiting here for you. Why don't you come out? Please, so I can see your beautiful face. Please, so I can hear your wonderful voice. So I can feel less alone online on this soulless computer. And yeah, my dedication to virtual schooling. And my last piece, I believe, would be called Spiritual Warfare. Shadow is my name. Venomous scales of disease. Jagged fury is its fangs. A reminder for humans to run. Shadow, a thief that lurks in the absence of daylight, kills and destroys anything in its awake. The devil in disguise, the spiritual two-edged sword is my tongue, while he dwells in skies, selecting its prey. Lying in vacancy is no option. Warrior am I. I've witnessed the foolish continue to be deaf, to later end up dead. The chosen suffer from the screeching of confusion. Dark memory is the shadow's appetizer. Nightmare is his main course. His figured silhouette is its tip. I shall fight with the holy shield in my hand, the armor of no burden on my shoulders, the firewall's protection for me, for us who seek it. I shall wait till it's time to go to war. I shall be ready to run him back in the bottomless pit, and a millennium worth of shackles will wait for him. And that's all. Thank you, everyone.
Yes. You are definitely a gem when it comes to your writing. The emotions and ideas may be different, but there's such a there's like a beautiful symmetry to your pieces. Like they're crafted in such a way that It's very balanced, and I love how you write. You would you say your stuff is observational, or is it more of a yeah? How would you describe your writing? I don't want to put words in your mouth.
Well, I would describe my writing as something I would see and experience, or something that just popped in my head out of nowhere. I'm like, oh, this would be a great writing idea. I should probably write this down, or I'll forget in a few seconds. That happens a lot, so I have to write stuff down. But I wrote Purple Rose based off a dream I had because I was wearing some purple skates and the skates color popped out, and then I thought of Rose out of nowhere. And I'm like, that'd be a good title for a poem later on. For this
Okay.
specifically, because when they told us about the event, I'm like, should I write a poem for this specific event? Because I feel like I should. So I did, and wrote that a few days ago. Constantly edited it because it was not that great at first. It was crap. But yeah, and then I used Computer Friend just to show awareness to how a lot of students feel when they're online while the teacher's talking, lecturing, giving out work, while everyone else either is doing whatever you wouldn't notice. Like a lot of people wouldn't notice because the cameras are usually off and everyone's on mute. And I'd be one of those students that would sit in class, be like, I want to show myself to the teacher and want them to hear my voice so they don't know who I am, instead of just being there and like, oh, doing whatever. I'm that type of person. And then the last piece, very last piece, was a way of showing that I've overcome a lot. And it's actually a prompt that I wrote in Poetry Club. This is how my poetry started, Poetry Club, in October 2020. So I started really writing October 2020. And I wrote that a few weeks ago, actually, before we ended Poetry Club. And I was just writing based off the prompt, which was to write our fear and give that, write something based off a monster and name that monster after your fear. And I put shadow as a kind of a general aspect of what fear will look like. I fear a lot of things, but not to the point it's like, oh, I'm scared of this all the time. I can't live. That type of thing where you're so constricted by fear that you can't really think or think joyfully. So I wrote those poems based off those aspects of my life.
Okay. Yeah. So that you just made me think of a question. So, and this is for everybody. When an idea comes to you, do you have to drop everything and write about it right then and there? Does it take a month to get it, to get it all out? Or like, what is your process when it comes to when you get struck by an idea and it's coming out? What is your process? Everybody, just go ahead.
Okay.
When I have a writing process, and it's like, once I get a thought in my mind, I'm just going to start writing. Because if I don't, it's just like, I'm not going to forget about it, but it's not going to be as great as it could have been if I would have just stopped everything and did it right there. So that kind of happens a lot for me. If something happens, or if I'm really irritated, my best work comes out of frustration. I don't know why, it just does.
I totally agree with JoJo. Some of my best intellectual writings really come from my true deepest and darkest emotions. Whereas, let's say I'm having a really, really good time and I'm excited about something, I feel like my writing feels elementary. As to when I'm truly in depth with whatever emotions that I'm going through at the time, comes out as a masterpiece. So.
Yeah, I agree with JoJo and Ramani. My best work comes from actual experiences, but random ideas combined, because I prefer to write work that kind of combines my best qualities. so it can make this big, complex masterpiece. I don't want it to be like surface good. I want it to be great in my mind, because if I don't like it, I'm not going to present it to anybody unless I feel it's worth that, attention, and I feel like I connect to it. And yeah, I feel like through my writing, I know who I am. Like in Purple Rose, I basically talked about how I was a priestess, a princess, royalty, and it comes through me, through my inheritance, my family, but not just their inheritance, but their actual qualities as people. That's where my best work comes from.
Okay. Okay. So a follow-up question. If you write a piece, all right, so you're like, oh, I feel really strongly about this, and I got to get out. So you scribble, and you get this done. I wrote this piece because I felt this, right? Two-part question. Number one, is it a dope piece just because you felt strongly about it? That's number one. And number two is, how often do you go back and edit and rewrite your stuff, or is it just done once you wrote it? It's in the universe, and I'm moving on to something else.
It's a mixed thing for me. When I write my pieces, I write it based on how I feel at the time. If I'm tired, I'll just write whatever I feel like writing, right? And go back to it later, or do it at that moment while I'm still tired or angry, whatever the feeling is. Because after a while, you kind of lose that feeling, so you don't know what to write anymore. Because you were in that moment, but it feels like it's gone because you waited so long to do it. So it's like, what should I do now? Do I just pick stuff off the internet? What should I do? So I find another way to find that emotion again by trying to remember that feeling and what I did to have that feeling in the first place. Like, I don't know, being scared, thinking of all my childhood memories as a kid, all the nightmares or whatever, anything dark really, because you're trying to figure out what you're gonna do for that and how you're gonna feel about your piece later on. Because if you're gonna put it on the internet or you're gonna read it again like multiple times in your lifetime, then you want to feel something good off that. You want to see some reflection based on that past piece and how you can improve in the future.
Okay, anybody else?
When I write a piece, oh, I'm sorry. When I write a piece, I kind of like, it's not done, but it feels done. So I kind of like, okay, I like how I'll read it over and over again, especially if I'm excited about what I wrote about. I'll read it over and then I'll send it to friends like, look what I wrote. And then, after reading it for a couple of days, I don't edit it. But a habit of mine is like, if there's a performance and I want to use the poem, I'll like hours before I have to do the performance, I'll look over the poem like, okay, are there any writing errors? Are there any words that don't make sense? Like, how can I improve this poem before I like perform it? Like, I feel like that's a habit of mine, but I don't know. It's just I feel like that I'm not the only writer who does that. Just editing before you perform, because it's like editing it right then and there, it just takes away your excitement.
For me, when it comes to editing and stuff, I feel like I'm still very fresh in my poetry journey, even though I've been doing poetry since about 2016. But I feel like now I'm in a place where I'm getting actual help and like guidance with my poetry, as before it was just, this is what I like to do, and certain things like that. But now I actually want to excel in what I'm doing. And so when it comes to a lot of my poems, I just get it out and I'm like, okay, well, this is pretty good. And as I'm getting it out, I tend to edit it. It's like if I just put it there, I'm gonna get stuck with it. So I edit it as I go. But a lot of times I get to a place where it's like, if I'm thinking about my poem or that subject or that topic of it, I'll go back and I'll add and I'll take away. But most of the time I'm just adding, and it gets to be like one long poem, so.
Nice. Okay. All right. Appreciate that. I'm gonna ask. I want you guys to get ready. All right. I'm ask for one more poem from everybody. Okay. So figure out what you're gonna do. Look at JoJo was like, oh, another poem.
I'm actually ready.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Okay. Well, let's go around then. JoJo, then Ramani, and then Sora, and you know maybe me.
All right. This poem is called Relationship. So a little background is, we're gonna hear some toxic energy into this poem, and this is just based off of my experience. So here it goes. I never understood the statement, your first love isn't who you think they are, and the first to hurt you isn't who you would expect. A father is the first to love you and break your heart. The epitome of loving, feeling non-existent, trust issues, insecurities, infidelity, heartbreak, and numbness. She walked past you. Your eyes lit up like a Christmas tree. My insecurity of her looking nothing like me. I wonder why he never looked at me the way he stared at her courage figure switching effortlessly. With her smell of fresh breeze left behind, hypnotizing, blinding every man in sight of it. His phone buzzed annoyingly, as if it flew past your ear like that fire you can't quite catch to kill. It was her. He dropped the conversation to answer as if I didn't see the misspelling of that so-called scam he claimed to be blocking. But the taps of his fingers and smile said differently. Issued a distrust as he pleaded scam likely was just another error in the Apple industry. Infidelity, who could ever love me? Strong-minded, independent, beautiful, and intelligent, body like honey, smooth like silk, curves, love, handles thick, baby stacked if you will. But a man is never satisfied. Pride is a pill too hard to swallow, so they choke, creating numbness. My mind bleeds as if it were a dream. Toxic relationships make it hard for this. Love. As daddy issues don't make it worse, loving toxic and loving wastefully. It's this fairy tales implanted, and now loving you is the blunt of it. Level being hard is evident. Loving an actual man will never be easy. Relationships. Thank you.
No, the verbal beatdown. Okay. Okay. All right.
Sorry for
Yeah.
the things in the background, y'all. I'm sorry.
No problem. No problem. Yeah, that was powerful. Thank you. Ramani, what you going out on?
So mine is also about love and stuff like that. So whether you're a monarch or a common blue, I will forever love you. Your bright blue wings flap in my face, creating a breeze that seems almost fake. The bright colors on your back wrap my eye as I watch you fly away. You land on my finger and look at me to acknowledge that you will always be with me. From a small copper to a morning cloak, you continue to remind me that I'm afloat. Your wings wait in the wonder of the walls of my wages. Your colors charm my calm cabins of my brain. Your symbolism stares safely in the silences of my sacrifices. You, butterfly, beam my heart and hold my hand as I walk with the faith and the fear of my rapid resurrection. So guide me, young fly, and entrust your wisdom into me, for I've let you lead me, so please don't ever leave me. The hope you provide and the brightness of your wings. This is my ode to you, young butterfly. I love you. And that was basically just a poem about my great love for butterflies. As you guys can tell, I love butterflies a lot.
Yes. It was a love poem in every sense of the word. Yes. Appreciate you. Thank you. And our feature, Sora, what do you got for us?
So I got Nothing's New Under the Sun. So remember when I said this would be my last one? Never mind. This is gonna be my last one. So this poem is just about how we learn things. It may be new to us, but people before us may have learned it before. May have witnessed it, like the injustice that certain races have to go through, and the joys too. But yeah, it might get a little dark, but we'll see. But yeah, I know this is true. Nothing's new under the sun. Society is still witnessing racism and injustice. People are still dying every day. Only God knows what will happen when our bodies will perish and our souls go another way. Nothing's new under the sun. Some people will care, some won't. Some people will feel numb to the feeling of sin, like going against nature is natural. Nothing's new under the sun. The moon still changes, phases, like the two-faced fickle and bipolar generations of today. The light and darkness still exist as long as there are demons here. Nothing's new under the sun. Babies are still being born, still waiting for their mothers and fathers' attention, crying, "Listen, kiss, comfort me, for there will be days when I will wish and pray to still be in your safety." Nothing's new under the sun. Children, adults are still being shot down for game or cut down for the heritage to fade or to be maimed. What a shame. Nothing's new under the sun. Wolves and sheep's clothing is all the same in this world. We're all in the Hunger Games. Nothing's new under the sun. We're all able to choose whether to give praise or go on our own way. I chose to calculate, do the math, and stay on the narrow path. Thank you.
Terrific. Thank you, Sora, Ramani, and JoJo. I want you guys, each of you, to get your final shout outs ready. If you got any shout outs or announcements that you want to make, all right, prepare those. I'm going to do a poem because y'all just inspired me. So I'm going to drop a piece, and then after that, I'm going to come back to you guys for a final goodbye. All right. So, yeah, they kind of put me in the mood of relationships. I heard a couple of relationship pieces, so I'm gonna do this one. And it's a true story. God came to me, and of all places, Ronald Reagan National Airport, in the form of two angels with white hair. Crushed wings wrapped around withered backs at a metro platform, lost and looking for the gold line back to heaven is what I first thought until we talked. And I'm like, please stop apologizing. I'm here to help. These trains can be confusing, and at one time or another, we've all felt tossed. That's not it, she said. You just don't know what it's like to be 88 years old. Her husband had turned 84 the day before, and they caroused the weekend with their eldest daughter, Mona, now seeing her off at this airport. Mona was 70. And Dad may not make it to 90, not because of old age, but because I see him started what is probably their 5,968th argument, talking about, woman, you're going to make us miss the train moving so slow. But he knows better than to ever leave her. And she knew better. 40 years ago, when after what he did that one time, maybe she should have let him go, but she thought about it and decided no. Why would I leave you? Were you just going to go out there and have some more fun? No, 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 no. I'm going to stay right here and keep beating you up for the next 40 years. I'm not leaving my warm bed. You move over. You take the pillow. You sleep on the couch. And they fought and they made up and they stayed in love. You young people today treat marriage, you can just crumple it up and throw it away, but times are different now, and I just feel like we're two old folks in the way. I was born in 1911, he said. Herbert Hoover Airport was 200 miles away. I hadn't even seen an aeroplane till I was 30 years old, and now this, I just put my daughter on a rocket ship. And she looked over and said, "It's okay, Don, just hang on to me." And that's when it hit me. Standing there watching two old folks hanging off of each other, praying that the other one didn't just fade away, crying like a baby at Ronald Reagan National Airport, I realized I wanted that. It's about more than sharing a last name or believing in soulmates, because if I did that, y'all, I would have three. This life isn't disposable, but I'm living for the love of me. I want to fight like they did and make up like they did. I want to drag her around this planet until we run out of map, and I want to cling to her desperately at Ronald Reagan National Airport, telling strangers that my oldest child is 70 years old and the baby's 60. I want to play games like, remember that time rocking on a porch until I can't remember anything anymore. And if the time ever comes around like summer vacation and I lose my faculties, I want to know that my blank stare will be met with one of love, honor, and dedication, just like my mama and daddy, just like my grandmother and my grandfather, like Ruby D and Ossie, like that couple at the airport. I want to be just like Don and Nancy. And that is my piece. So I want to thank each of you again. You're going to give me your final shout outs and then you're going to disappear forever. So let's start off with JoJo. What you got for me?
Our final shout outs as like our pages that they can find us on.
That is your call. But if you have anything else.
No, not really. If you need any jewelry, custom or already made, hit me on Instagram at DJCBoutique_. And, I do shippings and everything. And I also bring to you. So, if you ever need anybody, I'm here for it.
Yes, you are. JoJo is the best. Love to you. Thank you. Poof.
Hi, everyone. You can find me on my social medias at Ashira.Ramani. That's ASHIRA_RAMANI everywhere. Type that in everywhere and I'll come up. For all the ladies and men out there, if you're looking for any custom lashes, lip gloss, or accessories and custom apparel, please hit me up on www.ramanisrag.com. And I really appreciated the opportunity to come here today. And thank you so much for listening.
You were terrific. I need to hear more from the behavioral analyst, the future behavioral analyst, because I know you got some great stuff. All right. Appreciate you. And our feature, Sora. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Thank you everyone for listening, all my friends that I've invited. And yeah, today is my Nana's birthday actually, so I wish her a happy birthday. And yeah, I'll just be enjoying my summer as much as I can, studying for ACTs, SATs, whatever I have to do, read comics to relax. Just it's like mixed. And yeah, and to all you poets, every emotion has its purpose, but use it wisely. But I hope that you all have a wonderful and joyful day.
Sora, thank you. I appreciate your energy, your young wisdom, and the dope crafted poems. Next Thursday, July 15th, our feature will be Daniela Gonyo. So you definitely don't want to miss that. Daniela Gonyo is also part of the WBL fam and will be tearing it up. So yeah, anybody who wants to find me, I'm at Dialect PG Poets on Instagram. If you really want to find me, you can meet me at Arts the Nation at the National Harbor tomorrow, 2 p.m. Other than that, I'm out. Much love to Mozzie for holding it down. And I will see you guys next Thursday at Academy Live.
Hi, welcome to my art studio at home. My name is Isaiah Crow. I want to tell you a little bit about me and who I am and some of my philosophies and how I came across meeting Words Beats in Life. I am a muralist, but more importantly, I consider myself a communicator. And I do this through painting murals, through books I've written, through traveling and facilitating introspective workshops, as well as speaking engagements that are participatory. And see, this is where I mirror myself with Words Beats in Life, because I've worked with them already for several years. In different parts of the world, they've invited me to go with them, but I've noticed that Words Beats in Life listens to what the youth is saying. And that I mirror that I believe that's very important. You know what? Growing up, a lot of us are told that what we're looking for is out there. That what we need in order to feel fulfilled is out there. That in order to be successful, you need to work day and night and grind and can't stop. And I understand that. I understand it. I just don't agree with it. And again, I'm saying this respectfully. What if we showed up every day, just like we do for our work, for our hustle, for our grind? We showed up for ourselves first, and we made sure that we're 100% fulfilled with goodness, with positive thoughts. If somebody mistreats you, if somebody emails you something that's negative, how about we just you're so clear, you're so good within yourself that it doesn't matter because you know who you are. Just fulfill yourself and then pass it on to your family and embrace and accept those that are where they are need to be. You know, I just wanted to take this opportunity because I'm talking about my art. But that is my art. It's communication. I'm just sharing with you who I am and how I think. And if you enjoy the way I think and my philosophies, connect with me. I'm here to share light. I'm here to serve love. I'm here to be of service to those that are doing same or similar. Anyhow, see, I'm getting passionate. I love you all. Great to meet you. Great to connect with you. Connect with me, yo. Let's co-create. Okay, that's what I've been doing with my family for some time now. And then we extend out to with Words Beats and Life and other organizations that are doing similar work. Peace.